Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm very excited to finally bring you the LT trim level of the all-new 2023 Chevy Colorado, and this one's quite affordable. So yes, that's right. If you guys have been following along with my 2023 Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon coverage, you'll know that I have pretty much done every other trim level of the Colorado lineup. Now, I haven't done every exact configuration between all of the convenience packages on the Z71 trucks because Chevy definitely built more of the loaded trucks early on. Although, as we know, there are some constraints in place that are going to be limiting how many of the convenience pack 3 Z71s that they are producing moving forward through the rest of the 2023 model year. So it'll be interesting to follow that. But like I said, this truck behind me is an LT only with the convenience package 1, and this one just so happens to be 2-wheel drive as well, which keeps the price point in check and also means it is the lesser L2R 2.7 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder versus the high output version of the engine. Now, if you guys are interested in learning more about what the exact differences are in the trim levels of the Colorado lineup, I highly recommend checking out some of my trim level comparisons that I've done back in the studio between the LT, Z71, the Trail Boss, Z71, and a bunch of other configurations like that, because there's a lot of useful information inside of those videos. But the convenience one here on this particular LT does include a lot of nice equipment. I really think it is interesting how Chevy ended up packaging the Colorado lineup across the different trim levels because, like I said, you get the LED fog lights, you get the tilt telescopic steering column, dual zone automatic climate control, and a bunch more inside of that package here for the LT. So let's not waste any more time. Take a look at what the LT has to offer in this configuration behind me for the low $30,000 price point. And one last thing before we begin, I want to give a huge thanks to Erickson Chevrolet here in Milan, Illinois for providing the Colorado as seen behind me. If you guys are interested in this truck or any of their other inventory, I will leave a link down to their website in the description below. So the truck in front of us is finished in the sterling gray metallic exterior with the jet black cloth interior. I really do like the sterling gray metallic. This is the same color I showcased on the work truck a few months ago here on the channel. So make sure to check that video out if you guys are interested. But here in the sunlight, you can really see all of the metallic flake in the paint. And I think it's a good mix between a traditional silver and more of a dark and gray finish. Hides dirt and road debris quite well on the paint itself. Here at the front end, you will receive more of the base lighting package as far as the headlamps go. So halogen reflector headlamps, both low and high beam, with the incandescent turn signal in that center portion right there. Now, the convenience package 1 does add the LED fog lights down below, which are a nice addition. I'm sure this provides a good amount of additional output at night, but of course it will be also nice to have the full LED lighting setup as well. Now, the front end of the LT is going to be different from pretty much every other trim of the Colorado, with the dark gray finish that wraps around the grille design into the front bumper. You can see the shades of the gray are quite different, but it doesn't contrast quite as much versus some of the other paint colors available on the Colorado. Gold bow tie, of course you can get the black bow tie as a GM dealer installed accessory. And then down below, since this truck is 2-wheel drive, it does not come with the front recovery hooks. I believe you do have to get a 4-wheel drive Colorado to get those, at least from the factory, not to say the mounting provisions might not be located behind the air dam right there. Now, coming around to the side of the Colorado, you do not have the fender flares on the LT. I don't believe that is actually available at all on this particular trim, in contrast to the Z71 truck, which comes standard like this, but does have those flares for an additional $100 charge. Now, coming to the wheels and tires, these are going to be the standard LT wheels. They're going to be 17-inch in size with a gray metallic finish. Like I said, it does go quite well with the gray paint color. These are wrapped in 255, 65, 17-inch Goodyear Wrangler Territory HT, so more of a road going all season, but they do have a slightly more aggressive tread than the standard all season found on the work truck trim level in general. Coming to the mirror caps, these are going to match the front grille design with the darker gray metallic finish. Huge upgrade in my opinion versus the standard matte black plastic. These mirrors are not going to be heated unless you get the Convenience 2 package or higher on the LT, and of course they are power adjustable from the inside. Backing up around the side, you have the proximity entry on both front door handles as standard on every LT, so that is not an optional charge on this particular trim. And coming around to the back of the truck, you will have the incandescent lighting package for the taillights, so no partial LEDs at all. So incandescent turn signals, brake lights, and reverse lights. There's your integrated side step in the rear bumper. with the paint match rear bumper as well. This one is missing a tow package, so it does not come with any sort of receiver or trailering provisions at all, as you can see right there. So that is all going to be missing, but it does have the backup camera and the key cylinder lock for the tailgate as part of the convenience package 1 as well, with your LT badge here on the right side of the tailgate. So as a whole, very attractive looking truck. It is just a little bit of a bummer that you do not have any trailering provisions unless you opt for that trailering package from the factory. So that's a look at the exterior of the LT. Now I do want to take a look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped, and then we'll jump onto the interior. So taking a look at the window sticker, like I mentioned, this is a 2-wheel drive LT crew cab, the only body configuration and bed length available with the all-new Colorado. It does have the LT Convenience Package 1, which includes a lot of nice equipment for just $1,270. I think this is a must-have, given it does include things like cruise control, the rear window sliding and defrosting, some of the interior lighting packages, the tilt and telescopic steering column, and a few other items as well. And this truck also has the auto locking rear differential for $325, which brings the total MSRP including destination to $34,690. Now taking a look on the interior, the LT is definitely going to be an upgrade over that of the standard work truck slash trail boss interior in the Colorado lineup, but maybe not quite as nice as some of the other upper trims such as Z71 and of course the ZR2 coming later, but I will point out a few key differences that I've noticed. Now starting out here on the door panel, you have the pretty much traditional black door panel with the hard plastics at the top, hard plastics in the lower section, but this portion right here, which is the same soft touch material found on the Z71, is actually a smooth leatherette type material versus that of the textured material on Z71 trucks. So that is why I think it is a slightly nicer interior in some regards versus these Z71 trucks, because this is all smooth, so it's not rough, and when you rest your arm on it, it's not irritating your elbow or skin in general. Now you do have power windows, mirrors, and locks with automatic driver's side window, chrome door handle pull, and that is pretty much it. Just a little bit of additional storage space up here with a bottle sleeve down there. Coming to the driver's seat, this is going to be the 6-way manual driver's seat, so it does have height adjustment, and there's the standard cloth interior with the accent stitching. We'll go ahead and step inside and start it up. And immediately here on the interior, you'll find the standard gauge cluster, which is the smaller of the 2 fully digital available, and that is the 8-inch cluster that is controlled here on the right side of the steering wheel. Now, I do have a dedicated video here on the channel going over everything that you can do with this cluster, so make sure to check that out, but it displays pretty much all of your useful information. If you hold down this button right here, you can change the layouts of the cluster between 3 different pre-configured options. So there's a look at the gauge 2, and we'll check out gauge 3 really quick. And those are going to be the 3 main gauge layouts that you can go through, and there's a bunch of other information you can cycle through as well. But pretty much a nice digital cluster that is standard across every Colorado. Now here, as far as the steering wheel goes, this is going to be a leather wrapped steering wheel. It's not going to be heated, unfortunately, unless you jump up to the Convenience Package 3, but it is tilt and telescoping as part of that Convenience Package 1, which is a huge deal in my opinion, just so you get a better driving and seating position with the truck that is going to be more comfortable. Cruise control is standard as part of that Convenience Package 1 as well, which is a must in my opinion. You do have forward collision avoidance assist, which is standard across every truck, with 3 different gap adjustments right there. And then of course your multimedia controls with the paddles on the back for volume and tune, so you can simply change those on the back side of the steering wheel. Now you do have your regular wiper stock here on the left side, but it does come with automatic high beam assist as standard. To the left of the steering wheel, you do have your gauge dimming, but no headlight controls that you'll notice, because those are located inside of the infotainment system, so those are going to be fully digital. You do have silver accented vents with the gloss black ring and the soft touch padded materials around them that wraps across into the passenger side of the vehicle as well. Now coming to the infotainment system, this is standard again across every Colorado, the 11-inch with Google integration built in. This is also where you do control your headlights, so you can do it up there via that quick toggle, or you can go into the actual vehicle settings and do that as well. This has wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs, pretty much every connectivity thing you want. You have your trailering menu, even though this truck does not have the trailering provision, so that is a little bit interesting there. But overall, very nice infotainment, and it does have the over-the-air update capability as well with the My Chevrolet via the app. Dual zone automatic climate control as part of Convenience Package 1, very nice again. engine stop start on off, hazard, and lane keeping assist. 2 USB ports, USB-A and USB-C data inputs. This is normally where your wireless charging pad would be if you do option convenience package 2 on the LT. So this is a nice large area, and I have demonstrated that in some of the other trim levels. Now, as far as the sides of the center console, now unfortunately they're not going to be soft touch, so they're just textured plastic. But the Z71 does have a padded insert right here, as does some of the GMC Canyon trucks. Since this one is 2-wheel drive, it does not have 4-wheel drive select right there. That's normally where that would be. But you do have electronic parking brake and your gear shifter selector for the 8-speed automatic transmission. 2 large cup holders. You do have a slot that you can fit your phone in the middle there. And the armrest is going to be soft touch padded, much like that of the standard work truck. And you will notice that this is a bit different versus that of the Z71, which has accent stitching and is also that textured material, which personally I do not like. So I'd rather have this versus the Z71's armrest. Essentially, it does have a little storage cubby inside, as well as the 12-volt outlet for the interior is in there as well. Up top, you do have the black headliner on this particular truck. There's your vanity illumination as part of convenience package 1. And you do have a manual dimming interior rear view mirror. OnStar passenger airbag sensor indicator, and your overhead incandescent lighting rounds out the front seat. No sunroof or anything. But yeah, very nice interior here as far as the LT. I do like this soft touch material that runs across the dash with the silver accent trim over there. I think it's a nice upgrade over the work truck and some of the other trims as well. Let's go ahead and check out the back seat, because there are a few amenities in the back as well. Now, as far as the door panels go, pretty much the same as the front seat, minus this soft insert right here, but you do have a soft touch padded armrest with the same accent stitching, bottle storage, and of course your window and door handle controls. Seating materials are going to be the same as the front, so really nothing to discuss there. Stepping height's going to be pretty easy given the size of this truck. Now, the seat is a little bit further back than my normal seating position, so legroom is going to be a little bit tight. As far as rear seat amenities in the Colorado, you do get 2 cup holders up top with another slot in the center, rear seat AC vents, as well as 1 USB-C charge port for rear seat occupants. Now, it does depend which truck you option as far as the Colorado lamp as to how much amenities you'll get here in the back seat. If you have a work truck with the center console option, you will automatically get the AC vents, as those come standard with every truck with a center console, and that goes for the top cup holders as well. But to get rear seat amenities such as the USB ports and of course the 120-volt outlet in the floor down there, you do have to option at least an LT or higher. And that of course depends if you get the convenience package 3, which comes with the 120-volt outlet. Otherwise, you'll just get the standard 1 USB-C port for rear charging. But nonetheless, very nice to have some rear seat amenities. You do have 1 map pocket on the passenger front seat, no center armrest or anything like that, but it does have the rear sliding window with rear defroster functionality, which is nice for winter time if you do need to get snow and ice off of the window itself. But pretty nice interior as far as the LT goes. And coming out back, this truck does have the easy lift lower tailgate, as well as the stow flex inside the tailgate as part of the convenience package 1. So this is just a small cubby that you can keep things in. Now, there have been some people posting online that this is not watertight. You can see there is just 1 drop of water in there currently. It does have an integrated drain plug and the mount for the kicker audio system and some of the other GM accessories, but I would not say that this is waterproof, but it is water resistant, especially if you do get the tonneau cover for the bed. That should keep a lot of that water out. Integrated ruler on the side of the tailgate itself. You do have 2 tie-down points in each corner as well. This truck does not have the bed liner, as you can see, nor does it have the 120-volt outlets in the bed, which do come part of the convenience package 3 on the LT trim in specific. Now, wrapping it up here on the passenger front seat, materials are going to be the same as the driver front. You do have a 4-way manual seat, so no height adjustment over here. And taking a look at the glove box, it's not damped, nor does it have LED or any illumination inside. But that's a quick look at the interior of the LT. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood, see what powers this particular Colorado, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. Now, under the hood of this particular truck, you'll find the base L2R, or the lowest output 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which puts out 237 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque through an 8-speed torque converted automatic. Now, if you do want the Turbo Plus engine option, you can choose that on all trim levels of the Colorado, and that is the one that can be upgraded at a later date via a dealer installed tune to the 430 pound-feet of torque. But if you get this lowest engine option, you cannot upgrade the power at all. Now, one thing to note about the LT trim is that if you do get the Convenience Package 2 or higher, that automatically forces you into the Turbo Plus engine option. So that's going to do it for this video on the 2023 Chevy Colorado LT. I'm glad I finally got an opportunity to check out the LT trim in a lesser Convenience Package 1 truck at that, because I think there's a lot of value in the LT and the Convenience Package 1 on top of that, because you get things like cruise control and the telescopic steering column, which does not come standard, which maybe should in the future. But of course, GM decided to package the trucks like they did and omitted those from the standard equipment list. So if I was buying an LT, I would for sure at least get the Convenience Package 1 for all of the nice amenities that you're getting and you'll use on a day-to-day basis. So those are my thoughts. As far as some of the interior materials go, I like the mix of hard touch plastics and soft touch on the door panels and the dashboard. I think that is a huge upgrade versus that of the work truck, and of course the Trail Boss, which is based upon the work truck interior. So I think GM did a good job with the LT as a whole, and I think it's almost a little bit better in some ways than the textured Z71. So those are my thoughts as far as the interior goes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found something helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below. It greatly helps out the channel in these videos. Subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed, and make sure to check out some other walk-arounds I have on the all-new 2023 Chevy Colorado. I think it's a great truck. The seats are very good, no matter what material you get on them. And like I said, I think the technology is nice, although it will be interesting to see how it holds up over time. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed as always, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, and of course we can't end out this video before seeing when this truck was built. 4 of 2023.